talked about before how talented winning in the league. And when you have a game like that where you have possession, execute, but then guys find a way.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one of those games where we just couldn't score in the fourth. If you look at the scoring totals, we were 30 plus every quarter, and then in the fourth, the offense kind of got away from us a bit, but we were able to make enough plays, booking Chris and pick and roll, that saved us. And then J.O. just, making plays like he's made all year long when he's had a chance to play. But it's been, an emotional week, I think, for the guys. The travel, playing in some close games like all week, and you could just feel it on the guys. So I think they need a day to just fill their cup a little bit so we can get back to, playing solid and be able to maintain that type of, offensive and defensive production. Because I thought we had a decent offensive rhythm, and then in the fourth, and give them credit, man, they did some different things on defense to kind of take us out a bit. I thought the interior passing was a bit tougher in the fourth. They packed the paint and forced us to get to the second side, and that's why Chris and Book's pick and roll, they were getting that mid-range shot initially because they were packing the paint so much. So I'm just glad we were able to, pull it out and make enough plays to come up with a win. I don't know if he got hit in his hip or we're not sure yet. He just, he pushed through it, because when I was looking at his face, there's a soreness face, and then there's a pain face, and I saw pain. And he was like, "Coach, it's only 4 minutes. I can push through it." So, but I'm not quite sure what happened. I just saw him. I didn't see it until he was kind of laboring to get back to the other side of the floor or get to the bench. I think he's just dealing with some general soreness. He may have gotten hit or something like that. I know he went down one time going to the basket, but I played him way too many minutes the other night on a back-to-back, and he was feeling it. Yesterday, when I got the report, he had some soreness, and so he's a bit stressed from a minutes perspective, because that's the first time he's played that many minutes in a long time, and to do that on a back-to-back is, that's tough. So I think a day off will help him.
Josh
yeah.
Valuable is to have a guy that can block a shot at the peak like
that. Yeah, I mean, we're in those situations, we're thinking foul. We don't want to give them a chance to get a shot off, but they swung it quickly. And then once the time starts going, and they're facing the basket, you don't want to risk it. And so to be able to make a play like that at the end is huge for us. Chris brought it up. It was like the block in Houston, where he blocked the shot and got it and took off and dunked it. Like he's one of the few guards in the league that can get up fast enough and high enough to block jump shots. And we certainly need, I thought he and Torrey's defense at the end of the second quarter really changed the game for us. I don't know if we were down 4 or 5, but he just played really good defense. He had a really good possession on Banchero, who can score the ball. I think he blocked his jump shot on the baseline, and that gave us a lot of juice. And so those two guys being able to stay in front of their man and make it tough on him. And then, as you alluded to, Josh just making a huge play at the end. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think makes this group so good at executing something like that some teams can make look difficult?
Well, I mean, the staff does a really good job of, we scream it out enough, but the guys, they're locked into those situations. They understand how important that can be to getting a win and not allowing teams to have a chance to, spoil your night. And we talk about it a lot, and I give our guys a lot of credit. Since we've been here, we show them situational stuff over and over and over again. And I never see those guys roll their eyes or do any of that stuff that you can do because you've seen it so many times. I think they just understand how important it is and how it can help you win a game.
And then, like you were saying, it's not overcommit on that last, so people get a hand.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I think it was a 6.5 or whatever it was. There's enough time to get a foul, but you know, we always talk about if his back is to the basket or the ball goes down, then you're able to, you know, grab a guy and make sure he doesn't get off a shot. But again, that's just players executing, and to be able to do that on the fly, I thought was huge for us. When we missed a shot and they sprinted down to try to get a shot off, our guys were locked into fouling, and that gave us a chance to win.
Josh, a lot of young guys will talk about the evolution of getting to really plug into a game plan, and he's had to face a lot of different types of matchups. Have you seen that kind of attention to detail over the course of the time he's been too?
Yeah, I think he has high level defensive instincts, but as he progresses and grows as a player, as you talked about, he'll add the scouting report and knowing tendencies of other players, and that, you know, you couple that with his instincts, that's, you know, he has the makings of being an elite defender on a night in, night out basis. Because we put him on the toughest guy. I mean, the other day we had him on Giannis. Giannis is 7 feet tall. Josh is like 6'4". And we've had him on Zion. Zion weighs like 285 pounds, you know. So I think those experiences allow for you to grow. Even when you get stressed, that stress allows for you to grow, because you learn. You know, we can talk about it all day, but in the game and getting the experience is where guys grow.
DA actually talked earlier of Terrence as well about, you know, Paolo's ability to get to the line, personally, you know, it's the league. So what do you think changed tonight to limit his time at the line?
I just thought we stayed in front of him. And we stayed down on pump fakes. But Torrey and J.O. and anybody that was on him tonight did a good job of just walling up and then making him shoot over top. He's a tough shot maker, but tonight I thought we forced him to like put more loft on his shot. We didn't foul him. I just thought we stayed in front. We call it wall on wheels, and he's a big kid. I don't know if he's 235, 240, but that's a load that can put the ball down and get to the paint, and he can move you back. So I thought Torrey and J.O. did a really good job of just holding their ground and not allowing him to push them under the basket.
Well, I didn't see this before, but
Yeah, he's starting to get back to the campaign that we all, you know and love and appreciate. And it takes guys a while. You know, he's had some nagging injuries this season, and when you take that time off, sometimes it can take you a minute to get going again, especially playing a point guard position. And so he's starting to, you know, score the ball and pass. His interior passing is starting to pick up. And then I thought he had a really nice find to Ish in the corner, making a read. His speed and his juice, I think it elevates our team. Thank you.
Chris, Coach talked about how you and Devin running the pick and roll and how that opened it up for the mid-range shots at the end of the game. How significant was that adjustment to get those looks?
Yeah, Devin called a great play while they were shooting a free throw at one point in the fourth quarter, and he got right to his midi, you know, and then they started trapping. He started picking it apart, and we just sort of played off one another.
When you look at just a game like this and the Okogie block at the end, Coach said that you made a reference to the Houston game. He basically did the same thing. How rare is it for a guard to deal with those kind of things?
Yeah, it's tough, man. What Josh be doing is some of the stuff I've never seen before. That block in Houston, that was tough. Not only did he do that, but he went and dunked on the guy. And then, you know, that's a gutsy block there, being up 3, You know, anything could happen or whatnot, but we trust him. You know, and you build that trust by having those type plays in those situations.
How much does it help you when Brooklyn Cam has a night like that?
Man, that was great. That was great for our team, for Cam. He deserves it. Cam puts the work in, you know, day in and day out. And it was great because our team feeds off that energy, and he was great tonight.
And that lineup with you and him out there, we haven't seen it much because of the injuries out.
Yeah, I love it. I told Coach in the Milwaukee game, we only did it maybe for like a couple minutes or whatnot, but I think it can be a weapon for us, you know, because both of us with the ability to dribble and handle the ball, you know, it gives us an opportunity to attack from different angles and not just dribbling the ball up the court.
Thanks, Rick.
Yep.
Thank you for listening.
No problem.
Through the block and how you were avoiding a foul, and you knew they needed a three, but to be that aggressive to go after it.
Yeah, it was kind of hard. Our game plan was to foul. That's what we usually do when we're, you know, down three, is to foul, and then, you know, we hit free throws and just to milk that clock. So we're also switching everything before the inbound. So when we switched, it's hard to foul with the man facing the basket because he can easily just raise up and shoot, and then he's shooting threes. So I kind of read it, and I didn't think it was a good situation for me to foul him unless he was taking a dribble into a three. Since he didn't take no dribble, I just, you know, I anticipated the shot, but, you know, thank God that I didn't foul him.
What's your approach been having to guard so many different types of guys, even just this week, Curry, Giannis, Banchero, it's different sizes of people, different types of players.
Yeah, I've been doing this since I got to the league. It's nothing new to me. You know, and I love the challenge. You know, I love the opportunity to go out there and guard Steph Curry, go out there and guard Giannis, go out there and guard Banchero, Franz Wagner, all those guys. I think it's fun. You know, I'm always, you know, up to the challenge. So for me, it's just fun.
What were you seeing on the driving lanes today? In the second half, it seemed to really open up for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, they play with so many bigs, and, you know, the natural instinct for a big is just to, you know, gravitate towards the ball, especially when it gets to the rim. So for us, we were able to drive it in there and then pass it out for open threes, and then drive it again for, you know, open layups.
Yeah, you know, obviously, getting threes early and then kept shooting them. I know they keep telling you to keep shooting them, but was that easier said than done? And what's it feel like when you finally?
It's for sure easier said than done, but I mean, I put in so much work into shooting. I shoot every day. I work on my shot every day, and when I'm left open, you know, there's no reason for me to work on my shots every day if I'm not going to shoot in the game. But, you know, for me, also being able to find the balance between shooting and also being able to, you know, attack the basket like I naturally like to do. I found that balance kind of later in the game today, but, you know, I'm just glad that we came out to win.
Is that just based on what the game did?
Yeah, 100%. Just reading the game. I think Dallas game when I went 0 for 8 or something, you know, coach told me, he was like, you know, sometimes you got to read the game. If your shot's not falling, figure out a way to, you know, drive to the basket, get some layups, and then kick out for, you know, shots for your open teammates. So I kind of remember that day, missed like my first 4. So then I was like, okay, let me see if I can get in there and get some assists, get some easy ones just to get me going and get to the free throw line.
If you got one, like you got to drive and drop off, is that an example?
Exactly. Perfect example. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Yep.